Hello, beautiful people and future me. So, we will start with a typing practice, as always, and from there we will go further. Still didn't decide if I want to do the CSS or Java. Oh, come on. It is like so. Input span. Next text area. Here we go. Span x. X minus 1. X 0. Okay, so that was that. And I have 13%, not the greatest, this one as well. And what we will do, we will stay at it and we will stay positive. So lesson was finished. Explore another language, yeah. So what else? Let's do Scala. And we are at 6 minutes, which is good, which is good. So what do we have? 11, so we are closing to 10, that's good. And the BPM increased. Oh, that is cool. So that would be to the typing, and then we can do something else. And I think we were doing the CSS last time, so let's do some Java. Okay, so I need to open the project. Recent, and here we have the Java.
1990.
Hello, Mario.
1990.
Come up.
Ah,
Where are
spaghetti.
you?
Ah, ravioli. Ah, mamma mia.
Here it is. All over the entire place. Okay, good. Good. So we were doing constructor. So the next thing we will be doing is what? There are constructors and there is basic data types. Okay, let's get into it. Should be okay. So we will do package. This will be underscore 07 underscore, this is basic types. It was right. Basic data types. All right. Data types with multi. Oh. Okay, I will copy this because we will use it for our class name, and here it is. So create this one. Not sure if we will need it. Let's do static. So we have 4 numbers. The shortest one is byte. B equals 3 or 31, like so. Then we have I will not use the static. I'll just use it like so. Byte. Then we have a short. Short, which will be 33. Then we have a int e that, and then we have a long one L, like so. So those are basic, like empty. Then we have a floating point, which is float. It can be defined like this, like 1.1, maybe f. Oh, it should be, let's float. This float 1.1, why don't you work? Why don't you work? Okay, so I don't know how to define the float, but we have a double. Should be 3.5, for example. Oh, I forgot the name of the variable. Float f, right? Required float found double f. Ah, okay. Double, and here unexpected token because should be D, and that's it. I don't know which one of those is bigger. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the last two primitive basic character data types is a character, char, which is defined like this. For example, if I do it correctly, and the last one is boolean, which could be false, for example, if I name it. Okay. And that's there is to it, really. What I can do is, for example, they have enclosing classes. So, for example, I can print out the byte, and now there will be something like max value, which is 127. Here is min value, which is here. So I can run it, right, so we can see. And we can do the same thing for short. And run it again. And those are the values, which the byte should be so mat dot power, and here will be 2. And not this one. It's not replace. Let's Control P, double A, double B. Okay, not saying much. We can have a look. And the first one, okay, the base, the B is exponent. Okay, so the 2 to the power of 8, I believe, is the byte. Byte, like so. Run. Run. Why don't you run? Okay, I don't know what was happening. Yeah, so, and it is not. So maybe, oh, 2 to 7, because the 8 byte is reserved to the sign. Right, so it will be like that. I'll run it. Here we go. You see? 8 minus 1, because we have a 0 value in there as well. And so we have byte short. Short is signed, but with not 8 by 16, so this will be 15. And when I run it now, I should get the same number, the 3200 something. Yep, it is so. Sure, then I have an integer. Yeah, like so. This will be also signed, but this will be 32, so it will be 31. To the power of 31. And it matches, I would say. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, that's correct. And then we have a long. Come on, what's happening? long, and this will be the 64, so it will be 63. And when I run it, we will get the similar numbers. Go Mario, go, go. Yep, here we go. So that was that. Then we have a float. And now I already forgot which one is bigger. So I suppose the double is bigger, but then why this one is in here? Because I would suppose that the one with the letter next to it would be the bigger. But I kind of remember that the double is, so we'll see. So this is the maximum minimum, and I will just do double max value, and here will be the min value. Oh, min value, and I want to compare them. And we have what? This is free. So this is flow. This is the maximum value to the exponent of 38, and this is to the exponent of 308. So the double is bigger. Okay. So then we have the character where it doesn't make sense to talk about the maximum value. And the boolean, which is true and false. So, and that is there is all to it. So I showed the 8 basic data types. I even showed like the enclosing class which Java has for each of those. And let's have a look what the Java tutorial says about it. So we have a basic data types. So variables are nothing but reserved memory allocations, primitive data, and reference data types. Okay, so I already missed the reference data types, maybe. Primitive data types. There are 8 primitive data types supported in Java. Primitive data types are predefined by language and named by a keyword. Let us now look to 8 primitive in detail. Byte, minimum, maximum, default value. Okay, all numbers, default value is 0. And it's used to save space in large arrays, mainly in place of integers, since a byte is 4 times smaller than an integer. Okay. Short, same thing, 16-bit signed. Integer, 32 signed. Long, 34 bytes signed. Float is the single precision floating point. Default value is 0 again. Double, bigger one, and there's the boolean, true or false, and the character, which consists of there's a 16 bits, so there's like those number of values, and all of them are character. Reference data types. Okay, so that's something I skipped, but I know. And here are Java literals. Okay, what is the literal? Java literals. Literal is a source code representation of a fixed value. They are represented directly to the code without any computation. Literals can be assigned to any primitive type variable. Okay, so this is a literal and this is a literal. Byting long short can be expressed in decimal base 10, hexadecimal 16, or octal 8. Number systems as well. Prefix 0 is used to indicate octal, and prefix 0x indicated a hexadecimal when using these number systems for literals. For example, this is 100. This might be 100 as well. And here is in hexa, which is like 64. Who knows what that number is? I don't. String literals in Java are specified like they are most in most other languages by enclosing a sequence of characters between pair of double quotes. Examples of string literals are, oh, now we are talking about string. A string is not the basic type, basic data type, but alright, we can talk about it as well. A Java language supports new special escape sequences for string and literals. New line, carriage return, form feed, those two are like relic, they are not used. Backspace, space, tab, double quote, single quote, backslash. There's the octal character and hexadecimal Unicode character. Okay, so we missed something, so we can as well fix it. So the first thing that came to my mind is maybe the default values, but those are all zeros, and I can demonstrate it. So can I do this? South int a, like so. It doesn't like it. So I will create a variable, and this will be int our variable. So, and we can start with the byte, and what is it? Might not have been initialized. Yeah, it is not. It is not. I know. So go. And I have an error, which is interesting because I thought it would go through and print out something. So, well, comment this. And he will say our variable. And I will try to run it. And it doesn't let us. Okay, so I will try the next one in line. And the next one in line is short. And try to run it again. Mario, go, go, go. I have the same problem. Okay, so I'm expecting it would be for all of the rest. So like integer, run, we would have the same. So I'll replace the system out with system error by logarithm. No, I will not. Okay, integer, so same story, long. Nothing as well. Okay, so we can as well do the rest when we are at it. We have 6 minutes and a half to go. Nothing, and the double will do the same, I'm guessing. I think it will be the same for character, but then I think the boolean would be okay. So let's see. Okay, char. Nothing. And we will try boolean. Now I expect false. And also it will not do the thing, which I thought it would be. What if I do boolean all over variable, the declaration in here? I can comment out this, and this one says, can it be referenced from static content? It can. And we will say basic data types dot our variable and run it. And now it says false, which is interesting. Very, very interesting. Because when I was defining in here, right, it did not do a thing. Okay, and when I define it in here, it kinda, oh, maybe this was the problem. Okay, I'm gonna do that. Okay, so the default value for the boolean is false. For the char, we will know in a moment. It's this, whatever that is. I believe it's all zeros. Double, no, double. Okay, and float. All zeros. I told you. I told you. Float long. I create long with a big L, and I want that with a small one. Long. Ah, come on. Here we go. Long integer is 0, short 0, and byte would be as well. Here we go. So minute 29. I think I'm done. Let's have a look if so primitive, done, short, integer, long, float, double, boolean, character, reference data types. Okay, let's do that. Long, or long equals new. Long or variable. All of the reference type is when like the constructor is called or needed to be called is null, the default reference. It is a class with a property, so for example like long dot and then you have like so many things you can call the methods and so on. And we just reached the 30th minute. I think we've done a justice to it. Reference data types, literals, we just don't give a damn about. And we are done. And done is better than perfect. Bye.